There's only one thing I can say.
Angels and ministers of grace defend us.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Was It Good? My name is Bob, and tonight I got to check out the brand new movie over on Netflix called Atlas. This is a movie starring Jennifer Lopez. Now, I initially wasn't going to watch this movie, but I decided to go ahead and give it a try.
Why would you do that?
I'm not really sure why, but now that I've seen it, I do have some strong opinions about it. Now, there are going to be some minor spoilers in the course of this review, so just go ahead and let this be your spoiler warning. If you haven't seen the movie and you want to see it first, go ahead and go check it out and then come back and watch this video. Now, if you have seen the movie, I'd like to know what you thought about it. Why don't you go ahead and share your comments in the comment section below. Now, remember, these are just my thoughts about the film, so I'd really like to hear what you thought. Now, don't forget to hit that like button, share the video, subscribe to the channel, and let's get to it. Our story sees Jennifer Lopez, who plays our main character Atlas, become Iron Man in the mech suit from every science fiction movie and video game ever made. Along with Jarvis, she battles Ultron, played by Simu Liu, and all of his minions before he destroys humanity from the face of the Earth. Now, of course, I'm being sarcastic as I give this plot, but the point is that the concepts in this film have been done before and far superior in other films. Now, I'm not saying that it's all bad. There's actually some things that I do like about this film. The first thing is that Mark Strong and Sterling K. Brown actually delivered some decent performances despite the brevity in their roles. Also, I didn't think that the script did them any favors, but I still think the two of them gave a good performance. Also, I thought that some of the CGI and action sequences actually looked decent, and I thought that the mech suit, well, specifically the AI within the mech suit, was actually my favorite character. Now, that's not saying a whole lot because I didn't think that our leads were very good, and I'll get into that in a minute. But the biggest thing that I can give this film is that it was free.
Thanks for the good news.
I've seen worse films that I paid a lot of money for to go see in the theater, so at least I didn't have to pay anything beyond the price of the subscription that I was already doing. So other than that, there isn't much that I really liked about this movie. On the flip side, there's actually a lot that I didn't like about it. Now, first off, when it comes to the story, there's only one way to describe it.
Well, that was a stinker.
Like I said, some of the concepts are actually well done in other films, but I just didn't like the way they were executed in this film. And some of the story elements just did not look good on screen. For example, there's this one part where Jennifer Lopez's character Atlas is needing cardiac defibrillation, and she's being carried around by the mech suit in one hand and it's performing cardiac defibrillation on her while the mech suit is fighting off an enemy at the same time. I just didn't think that it looked very good. And then when you're looking at when you're listening to the dialogue, a lot of it is cheesy and it just gets you rolling your eyes because of the way that it's written. I just thought that some of it was ridiculous. Also, the film tries to establish this emotional impact between the main character and the main villain, and I just didn't find that it was connecting with me. I don't know what it was. Maybe because I was just taken out of the film because of some parts of just utter ridiculousness. But I just could not get into that story, and I felt no emotional connection to it. Also, I felt that the film just dragged on. At some points, it felt like it was the Energizer Bunny.
Keeps going and going.
Several times I actually checked to see how much time was left in the movie, and my son and I were disappointed to find out that only 10 minutes had passed since the last time we checked. So I felt that the film dragged on way too long. As far as the acting goes among our leads, I didn't think that they were very good. Jennifer Lopez spent most of the time overacting, and I've actually seen her give some good performances, but this was not one of them. Simu Liu, he was very wooden. Now, that's to be expected because he was playing an AI character, but he should also have some chemistry with Jennifer Lopez because there's supposed to be this emotional impact between the two characters, and they just had no chemistry together. Plus, at one point, he goes from being Ultron to Whiplash from Iron Man 2 to the Terminator in just a matter of minutes. And I just didn't like what they did with his character. Finally, there was some bad CGI. Now, I did say that there was some good CGI, but there was also some bad CGI, and that's to be expected in a Netflix film. So I'm not going to be too hard on that, but I didn't like the parts that were bad. Ultimately, there were some other things, but these were the top things that I didn't like. Now, I'm sure you already know what I'm going to say, but was it good? Not at all. This was not a good movie. I didn't think that it's the worst movie I've ever seen, and the fact that it was free actually probably lessened the blow for me. But this is easily a contender for the worst film that I've seen this year, along with Madam Web and Rebel Moon Part 2. Now, I do think there are some people out there that are probably going to be entertained by this, but as for me, I was not one of them. I didn't particularly like it, and I think you can skip it. Now, if you're still watching this long, I'd like to thank you for still watching. Don't forget to hit that like button, share the video, and subscribe to the channel. And if you're interested, I do have another YouTube channel with a couple of my friends where we put on a show called Dad's Turn to Talk. This is an opportunity for three dads to get together, talk about the things that we want to talk about, like sports and movies, and have a little bit of fun at each other's expense. And I'll put the link for that channel in the description below. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.